Hello and welcome back. My name is April K. Thank you for joining me today. I need you to tune in and put your good ears on because I'm seeing a lot of shenanigans out there and it's not good for your inner peace whatsoever. I need you to stop making yourself relatable, straight up. There's a version of you that was addicted to being understood, liked, palatable. But you know what? She's already dead. She died quietly the moment you decided to choose yourself in secret. So we're not going to play this dress her up in spirit or revive the ghost of the woman who was never fully alive in the first place. There's videos for the woman who's done explaining herself, done translating her wholeness into digestible sound bites, done being emotionally bilingual to make insecure people feel safe. So we're going to get into it today. Okay? There's actually a burden of being understood. Being relatable is actually not a virtue, it's a survival tactic. It's what high functioning women do when they're still hoping the world would validate their evolution. And hear me clearly, you're not here to be understood, you're here to be remembered. And when you keep trying to water yourself down to fit in or explain your sacred decisions to uninitiated people, you actually delay your own assignment. And people don't need to get you. You're not a group project. So I need you to kill off the palatable persona. She's gone. And it's a time to grieve her without idolizing her. It's the girl who knew how to make herself useful, or the woman who could shrink her brilliance to avoid backlash. See, that version of you who survived by being low maintenance, or cool, or chill, or go with the flow, I get it. It was strategic, but it wasn't sovereign. And you play that role so well, you actually started believing it. But see, that version of you could not hold your becoming. She couldn't stand on the altar of your calling. So she has to go. Being relatable is actually cheap energy. There's nothing holy about being easily understood. In fact, your evolution will offend people who haven't met themselves yet. And your job is not to be digestible. Your job is to be undeniable. And see, some of you are out here explaining your boundaries, negotiating your brilliance, and dressing up your downloads to make them easier to swallow. And for what? For fucking what? If your wholeness makes someone else uncomfortable, then that's not your business. That's their initiation. I'm going to need you to start standing flat footed in your frequency. Yep. And when you stop performing, you start magnetizing. You don't have to be viral to be valid, and you don't have to be popular to be prophetic. You just have to be clean in your messaging, clean in your motives, clean in your integrity, clean in your delivery, clean in your refusal to dilute the transmission. So let the room feel awkward. Let the silence be sacred. You don't need applause for what was divinely assigned. We're not translating truth anymore. We're not going to beg to be seen. And we are damn sure not going to lower the bar to get the claps from the low frequency folks in the back. If you can't walk with me in my fullest, you are not my assignment. If you need me to shrink, if you need me to shrink to stay close, then you're not my tribe. Period. If you can't hear me without me softening my delivery, then you're not ready. This is the new standard. If your spirit's vibrating right now, that means you're already there. You've buried the old self, and this, well, this is your resurrection. So stop explaining and start magnetizing. Click the link below. There's a seat waiting for you inside the UNVEIL method. This isn't coaching. This is commandment.